Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Vinyl Den, your channel for record collecting by record collectors. I'm Nick. Today, I'm checking out this new Anno Domini box set celebrating the Tony Martin era of Black Sabbath. There's a bunch of links down below. You got links for the Vinyl Den Facebook group, for the merch page, for the Spotify and Apple Music playlist that I put together every week, and the Patreon page. So make sure you check all that out. Like always, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I release new episodes. So it was early last year that Tony Iommi announced that Black Sabbath was going to release a box set celebrating the era of Tony Martin, from when Tony Martin was the lead singer of Black Sabbath. So he was part of Black Sabbath from 87 until 95. He released 5 albums with a band. During that stretch, there was one album, Dehumanizer, which was, I think, was 93 when Dehumanizer came out, or 92, that had Ronnie James Dio back on vocals. But outside of that one album, from 87 till 95, all those albums that were released, there was 5 albums total, all had Tony Martin on vocals. And then months and months passed, and no one heard anything. Black Sabbath didn't announce anything else. There's no other details that came out about it. And a lot of people started wondering if we would ever actually see this box set happen. And then, I think it was late last year, Black Sabbath released the Live Evil box set. So people were like, hey, maybe Black Sabbath decided not to do that. Maybe they're just going to kind of skip it and move on and do something else. And then it was finally announced early this year that this box set was going to come out on May 31st. And I was a little disappointed when I saw that it didn't include Eternal Idol in there. So Eternal Idol was released in 87. It was the first album with Tony Martin on vocals. I know it was part of Warner, so I think that everything else is all released through IRS. So I don't know if there's like label issues or why Eternal Idol wasn't included in this one. But hopefully we'll get a reissue of that one, because all 5 of the Tony Martin albums are long out of print. There hasn't been reissues of these in decades and decades. So we've got 4 of the 5 Tony Martin albums in here. So you've got Headless Cross from 89, you've got Tear from 90, you've got Cross Purposes from 94, and then you've got Forbidden, so the first 3 albums, so Headless Cross, Tear, and Cross Purposes are all newly remastered. And then the Forbidden, the version of Forbidden that's in this box set, was newly remastered by Tony Iommi for this box set. The one thing I can always say about Black Sabbath releases is the boxes always look really cool that they come in. That's the front of it there. You can get the glare off of there from the light there. The back of it's got a picture of all 4 of the albums in here. So this is a 4 LP set. 4 LP Super Deluxe Edition featuring 3 albums newly remastered. So it's those first 3 albums I said. And then the 2024 Tony Iommi remix of Forbidden. And then it's got a 1989 Headless Cross tour replica concert book. It's got a 40-page book with photos, artwork, and liner notes. And then it also has a Headless Cross poster in there. You can see my camera wants to focus on there. So I'm going to open this thing up and we'll kind of dig into it. So now that I got the shrink wrap off of it, you can see it a little bit better there. That's the cover art. Looks pretty cool. And then on the back of it, so this was just a piece of paper that they had stuck to the back of it. It's all the exact same artwork underneath the paper there. So it's, like I said, just got the albums on there, and then it's got track listings for each one of the 4 albums. And then the spine of the box on each side has the same thing. It says Anno Domini 1989-1995, Black Sabbath. Same thing on both sides. And then it's got the 5 images from the front of the box. It has on the top of it also. It's kind of hard to see, but I think the camera will focus in on it. There you go. Like I said, really cool artwork. I love the way that they designed this box set. Like I said, it comes with this really nice 40-page book. And this is the kind of cool thing is I'm not all that familiar with the kind of the story behind the Tony Martin albums. Of course I've heard the albums before, but I grew up a big Ozzy era Sabbath fan. So I'm really familiar with that, with all the 70s stuff. But outside of the 70s stuff and the first couple of Dio albums, a lot of that stuff, like I said, the background behind those albums, I'm not really all that familiar with. So this is going to be, I'm really interested to kind of go through this. This booklet looks pretty cool. It's got a bunch of pictures in here, a bunch of stories. If I can get it turned, you can see it on the camera here. Kind of flip through some of this. So yeah, I'm really, I can't wait to kind of dig through this and go through this booklet. There's a lot of information in here. Like I said, I'm just probably not all that familiar with. And it also has the Headless Cross booklet in here. I forgot these were even a thing. It's late 80s, early 90s, when I first started going to concerts, you could go and buy a tour program and have all this kind of cool stuff in there. So this is kind of just a replica from the Headless Cross tour. just pictures and information here about each band member. It's kind of cool thing to kind of flip through. Like I said, I'm more interested about in checking out that big 40-page booklet. And then it has this poster in here also, if I can open this thing up. So it's pretty cool. That's the Headless Cross poster. I'm not a big poster person. It's one of those things where I'll probably just end up leaving it in a box. But that's a pretty nice looking poster if you or somebody has space to hang something like this. And then, of course, when it comes down to what's really important in these box sets, it's always about the music. So you got Headless Cross from '89. Pretty cool. It's the album artwork for the front cover of it. And the back cover. I love the album artwork for this album. Outside of course, some of their 70s albums, this is one of my favorite Sabbath album covers. I should say that Forbidden's actually a pretty cool one also. And then this is going to be all on black vinyl. I do like that this comes in a polyline sleeve. I swear every time I do one of these unboxing videos for a box set, there's almost always just like cheap paper sleeves in there. I mean, this isn't a huge upgrade, but at least it's a polyline sleeve, so you shouldn't have all the scuffing issues that you do on other releases. Like I said, just on standard black vinyl there. And the next album you got is Tear from 1990. So it's the front of it there. Back album artwork. And then same thing, polyline sleeve. It's going to be on black. And then the third album is Cross Purposes from 94. Get the glare off of it there. And then a pretty simple back cover on there. Just the track listing on there. A little flame on the bottom there. The one thing I can say about these, I think these came with, I think originally there were inserts in these releases, and there's none in these. So that's kind of a little disappointing, but, it's one of those things where if I can, it's not a big issue, and, it just gives me something little to nitpick about. But, overall I'm pretty happy with the way these look. Great package and great looking albums. And then the last album from the set, this is Forbidden from 1995. This is the one that is newly remixed by Tony Iommi himself. So it's the front of the album artwork. And then that's the back there. I think Forbidden was the first album. So this was released in 95. This is the first Sabbath album that I listened to right after it was released. And, it's probably been, almost that long since I've listened to it. So I'm definitely looking forward to checking this one out. Just, like I said, standard black vinyl. Looks cool. Looks great. Can't wait to clean these things up and give them a spin. Well, that's all I got for today, guys. Thanks for checking the show out. Make sure you drop me a comment down below. Let me know if you guys picked up this box set. Were you looking forward to any of these releases in here? What was the one album in this box set you're really looking forward to? For me, it was Forbidden. It's an album I've wanted on vinyl for a long time. Like I said, I wish I had Eternal Idol in there also. Maybe they'll do another box set with that and a couple other, whether it's Born Again or some other of those other releases from the 80s from Sabbath. Because I'd love to have a copy of it on vinyl. Of course, I'd love to have a copy of Born Again, but whole different story there. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to in this box set. Like always, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me the old thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. That's all I got. Until next time, keep on spinning. Peace.